Are you on?
Of course I'm on. Boom. We are live, Elisa. Elisa Bell says it. Live. Yes. Yes. Yeah, we got a few minutes to kill. I'm gonna kill this more. Ooh, it's the ghee that did that. That was awesome. Quick warm up. Imagine you're really tired and you can't be bothered doing a sit up. You lock your core, you lift your feet and you go, yeah, to sit up. That's a for real thing. When I do that, I lock my core, lift my feet, and I go, this time when I do that, I'm gonna get out of my own way. So when I sit up, I'm gonna turn my hip. Worked out well. All right, so laying on your back, rock your core, swing your legs to lift you up, and as you do, get your butt to the side. You just scoop out of your own way, okay? And out of my own way. Out of my own way. What are you doing? You should warm up.
I'm really tired.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe. I want to warm up. Yes. He is. He is. Now, you get a. It's very cool. Really got this on there. From here, when I get here, I can use that momentum to pull me up a little bit further and open up my hips and chest. I come back down. Other side, I open up my hips and my chest. Other side.
Okay.
Open up the hips and the chest. You really pause here. My hips go forward, chest opens. From here to stand up, just like we did a backwards break fall, I'm gonna let my foot slide out, active toes, and my knee comes to the ceiling to find my legs. Hips, frame. As I half correct the whole time. Again. Here, pause. Open up the chest and the hips. Hips come forward, pause. You don't have to do the foot yet. Foot, knee. That's good. Try it again and break it down step by step. Break fall. Hip. Yes. Hips. Yeah. Yeah. It's getting there. Better than nothing. You're doing good. I'm proud of you. All right. Hey. I'm going to put my gi on and I'm going to start yelling at her for realsies.
Oh,
So.
That sounds horrible, but I'm sure it's the correct place to do it, right? Oh my God, did you get a penis keychain?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Isn't this fantastic?
She's got your boobs keychains.
Yeah.
I love those things. Right, so today's class, we're going to be going over the body fold takedown and holding mount properly. Okay, so mount is extensive. There's a lot.
Doing this class?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we've been going for a couple minutes. You're fine.
yeah.
Hop on.
It's actually early. Maybe we should wait.
Fine, we're waiting.
That's why I was like, oh, you're not doing it yet. I can actually have you stand in spaces. But...
No, you can. I can just stop this because nobody's in that room just yet.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
So
can
let's.
I take some pictures of just standing?
Of course you can.
People watching us like,
Oh, there's a whole bunch of people in Australia watching right now.
But do you want to stop this?
No, just leave it. It's fine.
Becky is amazing.
It's so good. Yes.
Okay, so
Check this out. Give me 1 second. I built this back. Yeah, do some tough girl photos. All right, do the hips and take your right hand to the top. Yeah, badass. It's okay. You're looking good. You're looking tough. How's everybody doing in Australia while we're doing this? Huh? Dude, see, I put Maynard's bike shorts on one of them.
Yeah, I was going through all the shirts and I put all the shirts in. And as I'm digging through the shirts, there's a couple pairs of bike shorts with padding. And I grabbed right onto the crotch where,
Nice.
God
Nice.
damn it.
Thanks, Mayor.
Yeah.
We all want to touch you.
I'm sure lots of people actually.
You know,
Why do you think we have talk?
in real life, yes, a lot of people do. Both the ladies and the gentlemen. They will participate for cartoons. What is this?
Thanks, Nico. It's a slow burn of humor. All right. You be official? No, wait, I'm gonna be official. They're waiting on us.
There is something back in school, please. You keep saying that you're gonna be worried, I'm not sure why.
It's just my face.
You want to, no, this one.
You wanna take some photos of me throwing her around?
Yes.
No.
These are fine, yeah.
Yeah, I can give her a little bit of a throw if you want.
She's like, oh,
She's
man.
okay. I'll be
Well, I
nice
have
and
to
shady.
anyway.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Man. Okay. See what you want. What you want? Yes.
Oh my God.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Yeah. How you feel?
I feel.
You doing good? What are you fancy? You wanna go over my head? Get in. Stand up. Reach for my face. 2 hands. Tuck your chin. Tuck your chin.
Oh, that's cool.
That's good. Good. Good, nice quiet class today. There's nobody here on this one. We're good.
Please, Jenny, where are you? Jenny should be here.
Are you using the red link?
I don't know.
Well, you use
Well, it says
every time, right?
Jen Schaefer, host. Me. We're here. Yes. Meanwhile, you guys are stuck in the shadows. I feel bad. Trying to change the lighting grid.
Did you get a YouTube?
No, we didn't get home until late last night. It shouldn't take too long. Yeah, it doesn't take long. It's a logo, post the videos, we're good to go.
Yeah, just going to the link of everything so that he's got.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, we can edit this out later, so we can, might as well get started. 4 rolls back to rolls, 3 rolls, then base. Just give me 2 laps of each. Forward, standing base. Good. Turn around, again. I'm gonna tilt the camera back down for this, keep going. We're gonna talk about the hip escape today as well. So I've gone into detail about how to do the forward roll and back roll, standing base in previous videos. Good. When you get up, I want you to tuck your elbow to your side and roll over your elbow. Let's do that one more time. Towards me, forward roll. Perfect. Pause here. Tuck your left elbow to your hip bone. Yeah, keep your elbow bent. Now roll over it. Yes, perfect. Stand on base. Hair, flock seagulls. All right, backwards rolls, 2 laps. Laps. Yes. Good, perfect. Again. Good. You're doing better now than you were before. All right, one more time. Butt goes back, tuck the chin, slap the mats, build a frame. You remember when you started, you were just awful? Look at you now.
It's this positive reinforcement.
Still such a good
You went from a level of morals coming to
just trying this stuff. You don't do all right, let's talk about the hip escape now. So in other schools, you're gonna have a warm-up that involves you laying on your back and you're gonna push your feet onto your shoulder to move your hip away. Then from there, you're gonna do it again. You're gonna do it again. You're gonna do what you can for the rest of your life. And it's only one movement that you are gonna be doing. That connection to the floor variation is only used a few times in jiu-jitsu. The variation that I want you to warm up with for the rest of your life is used constantly, and it ends up being it's less of a move and more of a foundation for everything you're going to do as you get better, all right? So if I'm laying on my back now, from here, I'm gonna pick a side, and when I turn to that side, I wanna put a foot outside my hip line. Now from here, instead of pushing myself away, what I'm actually looking to do is roll over my elbows, stay low to the ground, and touch my big toe, okay? Now, common mistake here is people will drop their knee. Keep your knee up and outside your hip. Come back to neutral, as low as you can on the ground, okay? Now from here, I'm gonna step this foot outside this hip. I'm gonna roll over my elbows, and I'm gonna reach and touch my toe. I'm gonna come back to neutral, okay? So I'm gonna do that on a couple of angles, a couple different times. Why? How did you get in here? This is a containment unit. All right, from here, my foot's gonna go outside of my hip to do this. What I don't want you guys to do is take a big stomping step dramatically. All you have to do is turn your heel. From there, turn your body. You're gonna notice that my foot is outside my hip by default. I keep my elbows tucked in, I'm rolling over the elbow, and I'm touching my big toe. I come back to neutral. I switch legs. I come back to neutral. I switch legs. I come back to neutral. Every time I do that, what I'm doing essentially is building a frame that can bear weight and building a frame that can add weight to something, okay? So here's an example of why this works. If I got Elisa to come over here on her knees, I want you to put two hands on my hip bone. Good. Put your hands on top of your hands. Now get up on your feet. Butt in the air, put all your weight into this. It's impossible for me to just turn, okay? But if I was to just walk my foot outside, my hip becomes a shovel by default. Now, I have the ability to get up, okay? What you're doing is you're connecting to the ground so that you can bear weight and add weight. Again, let's do it on this side this time. Straight line. Did you get that fly? Okay. Pause, two hands on my hip bone, get everything up in the air. And this is much more impressive when I have Andrew on top and somebody else on top. And you can have like three people stacked on top of each other and you're still able to move them, okay? Try this with a partner at home if you get a chance, huh? Your job is to connect to the ground and shovel your hip, okay? If my foot was here and I was getting pushed, there's no connection and I'll just get pushed back down. If I put my foot outside, I can push from that foot to my hip, to that person. And now I'm not getting flattened out, okay? So when we do this drill, when we do this exercise as our warm up, what I want from you, turn your heels, tuck your elbows, stay as low to the ground as possible and touch your big toe. Come back to neutral. Most common mistake when we do this, people will do this and drop their knee. Leave that up so that you can bear weight. Touch the toe, come back to neutral. Now, when we have to move to do this, when we're scooting up and down the mat, what?
I'm just.
Admin. Tech support. When we have to move up and down the mat, what I want from you is this. You're going to reach, touch your toe. As you touch the toe, when you come back, the toe that you touched, you're going to pull that foot to your butt. Now, when I turn, I'm moving by default. I pull this foot to my butt. I pull this foot to my butt. That way, I can move without giving up my connection to the ground. Okay? So that is a quick explanation, very quick explanation of the hip escape. And it turns out the hip escape is all you're going to do up until like red belt. That's it. You're just doing hip escapes that end up hurting people. Righty, fucking no. We should be doing a class.
Yes.
Okay, so that was the warm up. What we're going to be going over today is the body fold takedown and mount control. So mount control is going to have a lot of lessons. This is going to be the precursor to all the things that I teach on top of this. This is going to be, you took someone down, you need to control them for a couple of seconds before you move into what's called the middle mount. But for now, we're gonna learn how to take somebody down. You're going to take me down. Body fold. I believe in you. No. Okay, so the body fold takedown is easy to learn. It just takes time to practice and apply this to your game self-defense. My job, if I was here and she was here and she made a fist and she touched my face and I touched her face, yeah, we're awesome, right? My job is to not get my face touched and get as close as possible, okay? When I get as close as possible, what I'm doing is I'm stacking the cards against me for the takedown, all right? I'm defending myself from strikes, and from here, I'm gonna take them to the ground. The trick is, I'm gonna do it with structure instead of strength, okay? Turn for me, show off your awesome game pause. If I was to wrap two hands around her waist and hug really tight and mean it, all she has to do is push her butt back, and it's just strength, okay? Doesn't matter how you're holding, all the cool grips in the world, all the bicep curls in the world, if this person shoves their butt back really hard, they're gonna get out. Okay, so come back, please. I want you to start with your partner, two hands underneath the arms. From here, hug your hands together around their waist. All they have to do is push their butt back. Continue, 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 tap. Okay, I'm gonna have to let that go. Then I want you to feel structure instead, okay? So I need you to do both so you understand. Not just do what I tell you. Never just do what I tell you. I'll give you a million reasons why it works, okay? Also, don't do anything. Thumb down, you're gonna find their tailbone. So what I mean is at the bottom of their spine, just where the butt crack is, you're gonna find the tailbone. I want you to give them a thumbs down and make a fist. Now from here, this hand's gonna come in as a monkey grip to hold on to that. So what I'm doing is this. My hands are behind them. I'm giving them a thumbs down. I find the tailbone, and I'm gonna use what's called a monkey grip. So not a letter C that can be broken. It's always gonna end up being like this. No thumb, holding onto the meat of my hand with that thumb down. So again, I came in, thumbs down, grab the meat with a monkey grip. Again, please. Turn for me. Pause here. Thumb down, hold on with a monkey grip. Keep your ear on their chest. Don't stand up straight. Listen to their dreams. Now from here, your partner's gonna push their butt back as hard as they can. It's harder, harder, harder. Mean it, mean it, mean it. I don't have to struggle. I'm gonna be holding onto the tailbone itself, okay? So with your partner, you're going to hug them normal. Perfect. Common mistake that I see here, put your forehead on my chest. Try not to bury your forehead on the chest. No matter where I go, it's gonna be a pain. When you turn your head and put your ear on the chest, you're cutting out the slack. Yes, good. You're cutting out the slack. Now, the head is fine. She has no control over my sweet little tuchus. That's just strength, right? Now do me a favor, thumbs down. Find the tailbone. Perfect. That's all it's okay. There's a gi in the way. Good. You feel the tailbone? Okay. Now, from here, yes. How do you feel? That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Okay.
Okay. So that feels better than the one you were doing the other day.
Yeah.
Okay. Thumb. Yes. Turn. Let's do that again. That's good. I can't complain. Normally I can complain about everything. That's not that bad. Okay. Now, tiny little details on how to hold this and how to make it a takedown. I'll get you to stand on this side one more time. Pause here. Two hands are up underneath. I've got my ear on the chest. When I do this, I'm not putting my nose before my toes. I'm here and I'm in a solid neutral base. A common mistake that I see is a lot of people kind of come in like this, have one leg in between. When I have one leg in between anything, no base, okay? What I want is just nice and neutral, okay? Good side to side, good back and forth, not over-committing, not under-committing, not over-committing, not under-committing. Base, okay? Now from here, thumb on the tailbone. When you're here, if you start to pull your hands to you, to pull them in, you're gonna notice that your hands will slide up. So if you use your bicep to try and pull someone in, your hands are gonna slide off the tailbone by default, okay? What I want from you is the exact opposite. I want you to start to straighten your arms to the ground, okay? So again, if I'm here on the tailbone, lift your arms for me, please. You can see that my arms are slightly bent. I want them down. Push your butt back. It's still locked into place. And now we're not only holding the tailbone, we're actually adding weight to the hips. Don't fall. You feel that in your feet?
Yeah.
Yes. So from here, I'm not lifting weight, I'm adding weight, okay? Now the takedown itself, we're gonna execute in 2 steps. The first one, I'm gonna do the takedown, I'm gonna let go. Because my partner should know how to do a backwards break fall from all of her warm-ups for the past year and a half, 2 years. Backwards break fall. Boom, stand this. 100%. That was fine. Professional. All you're doing is tucking your chin and you're slapping the mat. So don't let your butt hit the ground, then slap the mat. Imagine it's like an airbag. You go poof. Okay? Airbag. Perfect. Good. Okay. So now when I execute the takedown a couple of times, my job, I'm here, thumb on the tailbone, monkey grip holding it in. I start to straighten out my arms. Now from here, I'm going to start to push my head forward and pull my elbows to my hip bones. I'm not pulling my hands to me. I'm going to extend them straight and touch my elbows and my hips together. Okay? So my head goes between the legs, elbows touch the hips. That whole time, I'm going to continue to walk forward. And when I feel my partner falling, I let go. And my partner's going to do a break fall. Pause. Good. So safety tip, partner, don't hold on to your partner. It's padded, you're fine, unless you're at home and it's not padded. And we'll see. All right, remember, your butt goes back, tuck the chin. All right, so now we're gonna do a little bit faster. Be ready for your break fall. Try not to hold on to your partner at all. Just be ready for a break fall. Boom, perfect. Again, from here, thumb, straighten out the arm, walk forward, let them go. Good, you're gonna do it to me now. Let's swap rolls. Yeah, it's fun. Okay. Yes. Yes. It's okay. Good. Just learn to let go.
Yeah.
If you hold on to me, you end up falling.
Yeah.
I want you to push your hips forward and let go. Okay? The moment you feel me fall, hold my neck. Just a hand. Does it feel like I'm falling?
No.
Does it feel like I could fall?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get used to that feeling. Okay? You don't have to struggle for anything. The moment you feel that I could go, okay. Pause. Don't walk forward so much as putting your head forward and pulling your elbows to your hips. So don't walk forward until you have to. Pause here. Head, head, head. Yes. Now, yes. Good. Okay. Let's do that again. Pause. You're pulling. I want you to extend down. Yes, you feel that. Yes, you feel my hips coming underneath you?
Yeah.
That's what I want. Start to push your head forward. Now when you don't need it, let go. 100%. Okay? You have to learn to feel that you're in charge. Okay? Show one more time. Good. No, that was good.
Okay.
Okay. So now, the thing you need to add on to this, one more time over here, please.
Jesus.
Do your break, hold on, hold on to me. Pause.
I wasn't ready.
I know you won't. Pause. Lay on your back.
Okay.
If I did that great takedown and I let go, where are her feet? Spam. Kick me in the face. Yes. I don't ever, ever, ever want her feet in front of me. Okay? What I want to do is I want to establish that takedown and I want to get past her and into the mat, which is what we're going to cover in a minute. She's staying up again. So when you do this with your partner, the first couple of times, safety tip. When you're doing the takedown, your partner tucks the chin and they do a break fall. Every time. They don't hang on to you. They hang on to you and you're new at this. You're going to fall. You're going to land on them. You're going to crack your face on them. Hands out. Do a break fall. 100%. Good. Now, in context with a fight, one more time. Hands out. Do a break fall. Kick me in the face. Boom. Okay. Not a good option. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover the distance to manage the damage. So this time when I do it, it's going to be nice and slow. I'm going to walk forward and I'm going to push my hips and drop to my knees. Okay. So turn for me, please. Stay where you are. Turn with me. From here with your partner, thumb on the tailbone. Make a fist, monkey grip. Extend the arms. Now this time, your head goes between your legs, your elbows are coming back, and when you feel your partner starting to move, you're going to take a step, pinch your knees, and push your hips. Okay? Nice and slow and controlled. If I just push my hips and I drop to my knees, I'm going to land on the concrete. That's not fun. Okay? My job is to become a part of them so that I can do this nice and slow and controlled. Okay? So again, I'm here. I feel them give way. I step, my knees are pinching, hips coming forward, and I can slowly ride down into the mat. Okay? Now add-ons to this. Just get right here in front of me. Here. When we practice this with our partner, they're going to have their hands out. They don't have to hold on to us just yet. We're going to talk about what happens if they do in a second. But from here, if I'm like this, it's going to be hard for me to step around. Okay? So imagine you want to be like a cowboy. Okay? Start to stay solid. Don't just let me do things. Yes, you feel this. The moment I feel it give way, that's when I take a step. Now for me, you can test your base by putting your elbows on your knees. Take your legs off the ground. Like, yeah, you can do it. I believe in you.
I'm doing it.
Never trust me. Put your elbows on your knees, okay? If you're doing the takedown, you end up like this, you're overcommitting, okay? Now, I don't suggest doing this with a very large partner to begin with, but you can actually start to practice by going like this, and you can hold on to your partner. Notice that my nose has not gone before my toes. If I take them down, I'm not going to go stumbling forward. It is, it's dead nuts, okay? So again, I'm here. Boom. Take your legs off of the ground. How do you feel? That's what we're looking for. Okay? You think you can do that to me?
I don't know.
We'll see. It's worth a shot. Body full takedown. Take your time. Yes. Walk over the top, pinch your knees. Good. Yes. Yes. That's not bad. That was good. That's okay. That just means your weight is too far back.
Yeah.
If you fell forward, it's too far forward. If you fall back, too far back, find the middle, try again. Okay? Do that squat, put your elbows on your knees. Yes, you feel how you are driving from your arms into your shins, right?
Yeah.
That's what I want. All right? Try that one more time.
Slow.
Yeah, super slow. Super slow. Take your time. Yes. Too far forward. It's okay. One more time and we'll move on. You do not have to do this to practice, okay? This is just a little base game that you can add on. Yes. Walk over the top. Yes. Oh, see me. Almost. Almost. Okay. Now, last time, I'm going to show the whole takedown. You don't have to do that. You're welcome to do it if you want to. What I want from you is this. Here, please. 2 hands underneath. Thumb on the tailbone, straighten out the arms. Head goes between the legs. Pull your elbows to your hip bones with the arms straight. Walk past, pinch the knees. Hips forward and let go. Okay? The hips coming forward is what's adding weight to them. It's keeping control and connection. One more time. That's where I want to end up. I want you to do that one to me.
Okay.
What about your belt? Just finish the takedown and me. 100%. Are we still on the camera? That's perfect. Okay. Body full takedown can be executed with the distance management drills that you guys were doing in the last class as well. You can move it away, cover, clinch, body full takedown. Now, from the body full takedown, we are in the mount. So I should probably show you how to hold a mount. Let me check over here, make sure everything's going okay. Cool. All right. Holding them. No. And even with no one there, it was incorrect. Jesus, lady. Jesus Christ. Oh, 3 strikes there. 3 steps. Oh, God. You can keep showing up and I'll keep taking you off. But come on, it's up to you. You're here. Your elbows are going straight to the hip line. Okay? When you do that, if you're like this, your neck's getting jacked. Your job is just to be relaxed. Take out the slack, bury your face, don't let them punch you in the face. From here, you don't have to step. You just have to let them fall, walk over them. You're fine.
You don't do anything with your hips.
I'm
Just at the end.
gonna push my hip forward.
Okay.
Because if I did this, when you're falling, where's my nose? Is it before my toes? I'm going with you. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna put my hips up underneath me. I don't want to fall on the ground. I want you to fall on the ground.
Yes.
And when you get good at this, you don't have to slam this person into the ground. You can gently put this person down. Meanwhile, if you were doing this and you really don't like them, boom, push with your hips, they're gonna smack their head. All right? You don't have to be nice with any of this stuff. I do ask that you do be nice. Okay? So it's an extremely litigious society. Don't do a body full takedown and let them crack their head on the concrete. You should learn how to take care of somebody. Okay? Yeah, touch my face. And no. No. It's very easy to do these takedowns without being violent. And then you have to be violent. You're in the perfect place to be violent. You're in the mouth. All right, speaking of which, good segue. Come back with me. Scoot. It is. I'm going to aim the camera down in just a second to get a little bit more detail on this. But when I get to the mount, that means I'm sitting on top of somebody. Okay? From here, my job is to shoot the hooks in and maintain control for as long as I need to before I can move on. All right? So from here, when I'm on the mount, if I'm sitting here on her hip bones, lift your hips. I am a part of her. Every time she moves, I'm going to get moved. Okay? And if she had hands that were busy smacking me and grabbing me, that's very annoying. I don't want that. So what I want is I want to shoot the hooks in and add weight. You heard that. Yes. I want to shoot the hooks in and add weight to the hip line. For now, we'll add more later. Let me adjust the camera, please.
Yes. I'm gonna stay here and relax.
Okay, you got this. All right. So just quickly, the mount itself, I'd like to lay my head towards the door, please. Back one more time. It's kind of warm. Okay. From here, when I'm on the mount, I don't want to be sitting on the hips. She's not a couch. Every time she starts to move, I have to move. Okay? So what I'm going to do to start with, I'm going to put 2 hands on the ground, and my legs are going to come underneath her legs. All right? We'll do it on another angle in a second. I keep my feet flat together like a high five, and I point my toes behind me. All right? Now from here, hum for me. Take your knees off of the mat. Okay? What you're doing is you're driving your hips to the ground. Right? Big breath. Perfect. My hips are driving through. Time, turn with me. Good. From here, I'm never going to do this. This is what's known as a grapevine. Extend your leg. I'm just hurting myself. Okay? What I want to do is I want to put my feet together and point my toes out. So not tucked underneath, out. My knees are going to spread and my knees come off of the ground. Okay? I'm going to do that one more time. I don't want her to have to bear so much weight. I'll keep talking in a second. But notice that you can probably slide a piece of paper under my knees right now. Okay? I'm low and my hands are in the middle. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Turn with me, please. Perfect. Good work. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook and post with our hands. All right? So the first thing first, we need to deal with somebody trying to push us away or off. Okay? So for the sake of this exercise with your partner is going to push you to a side. Push you to a side. Perfect. Eventually, we're going to deal with pushing up and collecting the arms. But for now, when I'm here, my hooks are in. If she starts to push me to a side, continue. Yes, good. What I need to do is stay in center line with her. So my hooks are in for this variation. My partner's going to start to push me towards the camera. I'm going to hug the head and post the hand. If she pushes me the other direction, I hug the head and I post the hand. Okay? Wherever she's trying to push me to, I'm just going to put a doorstop in the way. Go, nope, not going that way. If I hug onto the head, I remain on the center line, and I can come back to where I need it to be. Now, if she pushes me fast, I'll have to catch the head. If she just starts to turn, I can always hug the head and post the hand. That way, I'm kind of smothering them as well. It's making their life a whole lot more annoying, all right? So start to push me the other way. Hug the head, post the hand. Again, hug the head, post the hand. If she was too fast and she pushed me, grab the hand, post the hand, okay? Let's go on this down. From here, she starts to push in a direction. Ah, again, ah. Again, I get a little lower every time. Again, again, again. It's just getting worse over time. Okay, you're doing okay? All right. So for this, I'd like you to start with your partner and test how heavy your hips can be. And then they're going to give you a shove from side to side. And we'll add on to this as we go. Okay? So let's swap roles now. You did a great body fold takedown right away. Your feet go underneath. Put your feet together flat. Point your toes out and take your knees off of the ground. Continue to push. You can put your hands on the ground. You're fine. Continue to push. I can hear a difference in my voice.
Okay.
That means you're doing it right.
Hips.
Okay? Yes. If I start to push, I want you to hug the head and post the hand. Yes. 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 Pause. Put your hand in. Is that stopping anything?
No.
Post the hand. Wide, wide. Yes, you feel that. Yes, perfect. Okay, I'm happy with that. All right. So when you're here, turn around with me. Shoot the hooks in. Flatten the feet. Knees are off the ground. I should slide my hands underneath. Okay, put your hands on the ground. Yes. 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 100% good. I'm happy with that. Okay. So we're gonna add on to this. I'm gonna use you for a second. Come back. Let's say I did the same thing. This time I go to wrap your arm. Yes, that's mine. Okay. Come back to neutral. I go to wrap your arm. Come back to neutral. I grab your arm. Good. We're gonna have to learn how to swim now. Okay. So roll off. Swap roles. Head towards the camera, please. Okay. We're going to deal with the push forward in just a second, but for now, we're going to deal with the idea of them trying to grab our arms. Okay. So now from here, I have my hooks in. If she was to wrap an arm over my arm, perfect. From here, all I'm going to do is a little circle. If she was to come up from underneath and wrap my arm, all I'm going to do is pull my elbow to the ceiling. Okay. Over the top. Little circle. Underneath, pull your elbow. You're safe. This side, over the top, little circle. Underneath, pull your elbow. If she was to push me to a side, I hug the head, I post the hand, and she goes to collect this, same thing. Okay, other side. Yes, collect it. Perfect. Okay, so now a common mistake that you're gonna see, I want you to collect that arm. Again, 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 again. You don't have to be fast, okay? If you're here and you're in the middle, not too wide, not too narrow, the middle, go ahead and go. You can be solid, okay? You can take your time, mean it, mean it, mean it. Take your time with it. Come up underneath and mean it. Okay? There's no need to be fast with this. You can take your time, all right? So I want you to do that with me, and then we're going to talk about kickstand, okay? Anchor and base. So for this, we're going to start with our partner with the hooks in. Yes. The hands are on the ground. A little bit of a push up and give your partner some space to work with. Push up. Yes. Put your hands on the ground. Perfect. From here, if I come up underneath, pull your elbow to the ceiling. Yes. Perfect. I come over the top, swim. Yes. 100%. Elbow. Yes. Swim. Yes. Elbow. Yes. Swim. Yes. Perfect. That's very good. If I was to push you off into a side, yes. Swim. Yes. 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 100%. Good work. Okay. Let's add on to that. And I'm going to make things much more annoying now. Okay. So you have those hooks in and you're adding weight. What I'm going to show you how to do is called anchor and base. What you're doing is a hip escape. It's so annoying. Okay. I want you to lay down this way. Hit towards the window. Scoot back just a little bit more. And we're going to do this on a couple different angles so you can see. Right now, my hooks are in, and I can use my hands to hook and post. Okay. But right now, for this variation, what I'd like your partner to do is roll to a side. So roll towards the camera. Yes. Come back. Slow motion. Roll away. The other away. Yes. Come back. You're going to notice that my knees will shift and move. Okay. Slow motion towards the camera. My knee is lifting over here. Other way. My knee is lifting over here. Good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to control her with just my hips. I want you to roll towards the camera. Okay. I want you to roll away. Yes. Camera. Away. Good. My hands are not needed for this. Let's turn around so the camera can see what my legs are doing. Remember, we started for neutral with our feet flat, toes out. My knees are off of the ground and I can rely on my hands for everything. Now, if she was to start to turn in a direction, you'll see one knee hit the ground. You'll see one knee hit the ground. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to put out a kickstand and we're going to anchor to them. Slowly turn to your left. Good. Slowly turn to your right. Good. Left. Right. Very good. Okay. Go away from the fan. When I'm here, I'm neutral. Okay? My weight is evenly distributed between my knees. If she was to roll this way, you notice how my hip is coming up. If I was to shift the weight into my hip and make it heavy, it's going to be harder for her to lift her hip. So if I start here, when she's rolling in this direction, I'm going to slide this knee out by pulling my heel up. And I'm going to pull this heel to the ceiling by smashing my hip down. Again, my knee slides up, heel comes in, heel goes up, hip goes down. Other way. Now, the annoying part is, it's literally your hip escape. Okay? You're going to be doing this on a lot of different angles over time. You're going to do this to me now, and I want you to come back this way. Shoot the hooks in. Neutral hooks. Good. Stay where you are, feet flat. Every time I move, tick, tock, tick, tock. Now, when I start to move, what I want is this knee to come out, and I want your heel to pull to my butt. I want this heel to go to the ceiling and this hip to go to the ground. Yes. Back to neutral. Yes. Again. No. Yes. Just do what you feel. Okay? Don't try to beat me at anything ever. Just feel where I'm going. Be meaner. Spread that knee out wide. Smash that hip down by pulling this heel to the ceiling. Yes. That's much better already. Come back. Again. Yes. Again. Yes. Now let's start to give you a little push. Yes. The other way now. Knee goes out wide. Heel to the ceiling. Yes. The more you pull that heel up, the heavier this gets.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Pull that heel in. Yes.
Does it matter if you're touching the ground?
What do you mean?
Like with my knees?
Yeah. I want you to be a kickstand.
Okay.
If I turn this way and I'm just going to give up, that needs to be there because I'm never going to give up.
Okay.
Okay? So heel to the ceiling, knee goes out wide. Yes! That was really good. Again. Yes! Now I'm going to really try and push you. Hug the head, post the hand, put up a kickstand. Yes! Not bad. Not bad at all. Yes! That was pretty good. All right. Whew. So, what you're doing is having heavy hips and hands. You're not just shooting the hooks in and hoping for the best. You're not grapevining your legs, which is easy to get off of. what you're doing is you're feeling your partner's movement, okay? So this is never a thing where you're just gonna switch hips all the time. No, if you see me move this way, what's coming off the ground? Add weight to it. Make it hard for me to do. Make it hard for me to do. I try to push you. Make it hard for me to do. You're just making my life miserable. That's your job on top, okay? It's not to be a badass, it's just to be annoying, all right? Later on, you get to do all the cool stuff that comes with it. Now, time, head towards the camera, please. Let's add on to this. Scoot back this way, not a guard, out. A little bit more. Perfect. Arms up. Thank you. From here, we have our hooks in. We know what to do when they go side to side. And if they push us, we can always call in reinforcements by hugging the neck and posting the hand, or just grabbing the head and posting the hand, grabbing the hair and posting the hand. Your job is to not get pushed off, not get rolled off. But now, the old school, what happens if they just do a bench press? That's a for real thing that you have to learn how to deal with, because you might go to a sport club sometime and they'll look at you like, no one does that. That's an arm bar. Yeah, well, not everyone does jujitsu. You should probably learn this one, just in case you go to another academy and they have no idea what they're doing one day. If I'm here, my hooks are in, instead of pushing me from side to side, maybe she spent all day doing bench press and she feels real strong about herself. She literally did. Yes. So she's doing a bench press. Yes. Now I don't have posts. I have nothing to touch the ground with. I can't hold on to the head. If she picks a side, oh, I'm losing this. Now, if this was some beefcake who just went, you need to be ready for that. Trust me, that's a real thing. So what I want you to do is I want you to learn how to do a high swing, okay? So again, my partner's gonna push. I'm not gonna have my hooks in for this variation, so I don't have too much weight on her. So give me a push, perfect. From here, I'm never gonna just jam my arms through. I could be stronger than her. It's a possibility, but I might not be. This might be a huge person underneath. When she pushes, yes, I'm never gonna jam two arms through and hope for the best. I'm always gonna cut an angle and make my life as easy as possible, okay? Push and continue to push, yes. From here, I'm turning my shoulder and I'm touching my pocket, okay? From here, it slides through. I'm turning my shoulder and I'm touching my pocket. From here, it slides through. I want you to keep pushing no matter what. When I go back, don't let go. It's just getting a little bit harder every time, isn't it? Okay? So your job is not to be strong or fast. Your job is to cut an angle and use leverage. All right? So imagine you're reaching through your pocket, you're reaching through your pockets. All right. So this time, my hooks are in. She could push me side to side. Yes. 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 She could push me upwards. Oh, swim. She could grab my arm. Swim. Swim. Push. Swim. Okay? So those are your basic controls for the mount. All right? What we've gone over, hooks. Your hooks connect you to the hips without you losing your base. All right? And your hooks will go away eventually. For now, shoot the hooks in. Feet flat, toes back, knees off the ground forever. If they start to turn side to side, feel free to add weight by shifting the hips, anchor and base. All right? Now, if they push you side to side, use your hands to control and grab and try and stay in the center line. If they try and push you up off the center line, just tilt your shoulders and swim through, okay? So I'm gonna test you now. I'm gonna do all those things. We'll do it on an angle just here. Perfect, yes. Okay, slow motion. Yes. Yes, very good. Pause. What are your legs doing? It's okay, you haven't done this one yet. So why don't we practice this a couple times? Put your hands on the ground. Perfect. I want your feet to stay together and your knees to come off. Don't ever shoot your hooks back for great lines because it's not as good as you think it is.
Yeah.
When I push your chest, stay heavy, don't do anything. Okay, I'm the one that has to carry you. Turn your shoulders, touch your pocket. Touch your pocket, yes. Good. Again, nice and slow. You want to end up being like fighting a waterbed. 100%. Slow, pause. Turn your shoulder, touch your pocket, turn your shoulder, touch your pocket. Good. Again. Good. Yes. 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 Good. What's your feet doing? Swim. Swim. Yes. There we go. Okay. So that is a whole lot to process. But let's break it down into dance moves. Okay? If you break it down step by step. Number one, the very first thing you need to do, shoot your hooks in, feet are flat. Good, you did it. Congratulations. The second one, if their hips move, your hips move. Add weight. That's 2 dance steps. You're good. Third one, if I push you from side to side, hug my head, post the hand. Hug the head, post the hand. If I push you up, swim, touch your pockets. That's 4 things. Okay? The last thing, if I grab an arm, don't let me grab an arm. Done. You're a black belt. Congratulations. Okay, so any questions about that? Good. Okay, so what we can do now is a reflex development drill. I'm not going to add too much onto it because in the advanced class, when we go over the mount, we're going to be going over middle mount, not low mount. Okay, low mount is going to have your hips in and connected, right? Middle mount is going to involve a whole lot more. But it's a much better place to be because you have much more tools for killing and that sounded bad. It's the fundamentals class. Much more tools for control. You want to be in the middle, period. Let's just end on that. So let's do a reflex development drill just quickly. I'm going to get you to stand up and you're going to find fighting base. Quick review of fighting base. If she shapes up like a Cambridge boxer, she's good back and forth, shit side to side. So her job is to be good side to side, good back and forth by finding the middle and turning her hip bones towards me, relaxed in the knees, relaxed in the shoulders, and her hands are up in the middle. Good. You should see your knuckles in the eye line. You can let your elbows come in a little bit. That's good. You don't have to shape up. You don't have to be a badass. My job now is to turn the camera up a little bit because we are off camera. Black belt. There we are. We're going to be doing a distance management game, which means the leg that's forward is the arm that's forward forever. Pause. I'm going to hold out my hand as well. Now, we're going to step back a couple of times, and I'm going to step towards her 3 times. She's going to keep her base. On the 3rd step, she's going to come in for that body full takedown. Okay? Let's go over here. A little bit more, a little bit more. Perfect. Find your fighting base. Good. Nice and slow and relaxed. Remember to breathe. No. Good. Good. On the 3rd, cover your face, clinch, body fold. 100%. Good work.
You went down.
I did go down. You did a fucking brilliant takedown. Okay, let's do that one more time. Standing over here, find your fighting face. Gonna be a little bit faster with this one. Still relaxed. Nice and relaxed. Put your elbows in. Look at your knuckles. You're good. 1. Yes. 2. Good. 3. Yes. Body fold. Yep. 100% good work. Okay. Whew. For the sake of argument, for your partner, I want you to lay down, please. Head towards camera. This is just a little bit of a comfort thing for you guys. When you are drilling, when you get to the mat, you did your body full takedown. Don't do this to get up.
Did they do that?
You do that every time. Don't do that to get up. Put your hands on the ground. Put your shin across and slowly get up. It's just a comfort thing. Doesn't matter if you don't be sorry. Don't push off of the chest. It's just annoying.
Fair enough.
Come on. You do it to me again. 3rd step. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Yes. Finish. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Hands on the ground. Shin across. Shin across. Stand up. Stand up. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Let's do that one more time. This time, You're gonna control me from the mount, okay? I'm gonna try and get out. Let's try and get this on camera. 1, 2, 3. Come, clinch. Take down. Yes. Yes. Right. Better be ready. Yes. Yes. More hits. No. Good. Very good. Yeah. Good enough. Good enough. Whew. Right, I'm happy with that. Okay, so the most important thing when it comes to Gracie fundamentals is it's less about winning a game and it's less about tapping at your partner. And it's more about learning how to not get knocked out and how to wear the other person out. Okay? So if you think of it this way, instead of me getting to the mount to finish a fight, I'm getting to the mount to make them exhausted so it's easier to finish the fight. Because if somebody doesn't know what they're doing and they're pushing and they're pulling and they're breathing and they have no idea what happens next. Imagine you were playing like a video game or Tekken, okay? So the power bar is just getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller on their side. You just relax, keep control, don't get hurt, and you win, okay? That's the cheat code for Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, as opposed to attack, 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 attack. Defend, relax, put a thumb in their eye socket. You're fine. Have you got any questions about anything?
No.
You're a black belt, you're good?
Black
You're a black belt, proud of you. Let's get some lunch. High five. Right. Good work. Thank you very much for joining us. See you tomorrow.